China has given ultimate warning to all programmers that you are not becoming 10x developers with AI, but you are becoming 10x dependent on AI. Lot to break down there, but first of all, DeepSeek R1 from China has broken the records, shaken the US stock market by $2 trillion. But most importantly, all what I'm going to show you is actually fact checked by many developers itself. Recently, Naval posted smart technical teams are already confirming that DeepSeek R1 is really efficient, that it actually costed $6 million to create an efficient model like DeepSeek R1. Why it is so better? If I show you an example, if you just ask the model, like, how we say 2.3923 in words, it'll give you 10 paragraphs how it thinks, and a normal model can just say, we say it like 2.3923 instead of 2.3923. You got my point. So it tells you how it is thinking to come up with a simple question with a chain of thought mechanism, and it is really fast. It gives you answer and shows you how it is thinking immediately. Even O1 is not doing that. O3, the latest model which will be launched soon for free ChatGPT members, it doesn't do that. That's why it is groundbreaking. But coming back to what is revolutionary happening is that it is 27 times cheaper for all developers to implement DeepSeek R1 instead of OpenAI. It has shaken the industry. Code red for Meta, code red for all AI companies which are shaken up by this model. What this is telling all developers is that it is not just a cost difference, it is a paradigm shift. Silicon Valley's AI advantage, it is evaporating. And it didn't start now. It started with this programming competition which is famous. So in 2021, US was on top from MIT with the programming competition, which is also known as International Collegiate Programming Contest, also known as ICPC contest. So 2021 US was top there, MIT, and 11 number of problems solved in programming. But later it became second, and recently the 47th finale results, it is 11th, not even in top 10. No, not just US, anywhere in the world, programmers are no more as good programmers they used to be. Why it is happening? The main reason is that we are very much dependent on AI as compared to smarter with AI. Now, this is something controversial, what I'm going to say. This is all because AI has actually made us a lot more dumb and illiterate. AI is creating a generation of illiterate programmers, and that is the main reason. If you see the hiring pattern changing as well, everyone, if I show you a solid data, when I show you solid data, the companies with most open software engineering jobs have unfortunately the most of the jobs for senior roles. Now if I show you the positions with senior and above engineering openings, that is also for Oracle and Amazon, so, and also for TikTok. So it's a direct relationship that most big tech companies with majority of openings for software engineers want a senior developer, and that is the reason you need to go back to basics and at least fix your mistakes. Because currently a Gen Z software engineer also said, facing those red errors that he hated to see, an AWS error glared back at me and I didn't want to figure out without AI's help. And we are becoming 10x more dependent on AI. We're not thinking about becoming efficient. We are giving up on debuggers. I don't even remember the last time I used debugger. You just use chatbot, fix the issue, and forget it. You don't spend hours of time in having deeper understanding of the code. When is the last time a Gen Z software engineer can say, this is my own code that I spent reading documentation, figuring out, reading on Stack Overflow? You can rarely find those software engineers. And that's why this guy is recommending you need to have one rehab plan, at least one day a week. You read every error message properly. You use actual debuggers again. You write code from scratch and read through source code instead of asking AI. And this is important because we need every project needs one senior engineer or one expert engineer who can say, I own most of the code and I know every single part, how it works. But right now, unfortunately, most engineers cannot do that, and they suffer with making it more efficient as well. Tell me the last time you spent a day debugging a bug, and while debugging, having a deeper understanding of the code you wrote, you could call it that it is my code. And to solve this problem and to be more goal oriented on what you want to achieve, I have a very interesting data from Pragmatic Engineer. I'll link it in the description as well, that what engineers have the easiest time changing jobs and finding new jobs. And currently, it is proven that if you are in machine learning, if you are in data, if you are a senior software engineer, if you are a tech lead, these are the roles where you have highest unease of changing that field, finding new opportunities, even if you get laid off. So it is important. How many of you went home and downloaded the DeepSeek model and ran it locally? Because DeepSeek came with small size versions as well, which you can run on this MacBook as well. How many of you tried? I tried, and now I'm so happy that when I'm taking a plane, I don't have to open a dictionary, an offline dictionary. I can just ask the model on my MacBook what this word means in Spanish, Hindi, any language, and I have more understanding of the book I'm reading in a plane, or whatever I have, curiosity level questions, curious questions I have in a plane, I can get them answered thanks to DeepSeek R1 with reasoning. So this is just mind blowing, and that's why you really have to go out and try these fields. And that's why I have a very important rule for you all, which is called 1 in 60. If a ship which is moving for 60 minutes, if it deviates even 1 degree in a wrong angle, even 1 degree, it can go 1 mile completely different direction after 60 minutes. So every single effort counts, and even 1 degree of effort in a wrong direction can take you to, completely wrong side of the ocean and deviate you against your goals. And that's what I think happened with top companies as well. They never focused on becoming efficient as much as they focused on bigger is better and these scaling laws. And when you forget that efficiency should be one of the top steps as well, that's when you lose track of your goals. So that's why you need to take a look at this data. Another shocking data I have for you all is that currently the rate of which software engineering market was growing, even from 2001 to 2004, was higher than currently we are. The rate of growth was faster than we are. Currently, companies are definitely shrinking, but opportunities are the highest in AI and machine learning and data-driven roles. Another data that top software engineering jobs are still in San Francisco, Seattle, and New York City, and then rest of the country. And most importantly, and the biggest decrease in software engineering hiring is actually in Intel, which is obvious because it's declining, but also Apple and Nvidia. Bigger doesn't always mean that they are hiring more. They are decreasing and shrinking their workforce as well. And the biggest increase has been in companies like Amazon, Oracle, Google, Microsoft, etc. and also ByteDance. And most importantly, my favorite data, that engineering job listing by platform is actually highest in backend and full stack, then web, and then Android, and then iOS. So take a look at this data. Take inspiration where you can, experiment. And you can actually go to ChatGPT right now and ask it to give you 10 versions of resume with these fields, one for web, one for backend, one for AI, one for machine learning, and one specially tailored towards these companies which have increase in hiring. And this data can be very helpful in targeting those. And last final advice would be to use DeepSeek as much as possible to see how a senior developer thinks. Ask it hard coding problems, and using this reasoning button, which is DeepSeek R1, you can see how the LLM is thinking. Instantly, within 5 seconds, you see how it is thinking, and you can break down things from a senior engineer point of view and a beginner engineer point of view and start thinking that way. This will actually enhance your reasoning abilities, and it's going to help programmers the most. And in this Sputnik movement, just like the Cold War from the 20th century, Satya Nadella tweeted, Jevon's paradox: when something becomes cheaper and more accessible, the demand increases as well, and it helps not just the corporate sector but also each one of us. So I hope it comes out to be true, and it helps all software engineers to be less illiterate software engineers, just like this article tweets, or just like this article calls us now, these Gen Z software engineers, but creates more creative and more senior level thinking among the new software engineers. So that will be it. I hope this video helps you out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.